Saturday night, now just got paid. Full about my money, though. Trying to save. That says go, go. How my time goes Saturday night, and baby, I feel fine. Gonna rock it up. Woo! Gonna shake it up. Gonna break it up. Gonna fall it up. We're gonna rock it up. Out the boat tonight. Well, I got me a date now. Won't be late. Pick her up in my 88. Shag on down to the Union Hall. Georgetown jump and we'll have the ball. Gonna rock it up. Gonna shake it up. We're gonna break it up. We're gonna ball it up. We're gonna rip it up. Out the ball tonight. Oh, hey!
It's the Bruins and Canadiens. You never know what to expect. And it always is fun one way or another.
See what happened.
That was spectacular.
You won't see it much better than that.
How can you not be entertained by this?
We're wrong about 10, I'm flying high. Walk on out in the open sky. I don't care if I spend my dough, cause I'm not gonna be one happy soul. Gonna rock it up. Gonna shake it up. We're gonna break it up. Oh, we're gonna ball it up. We're gonna rip it up. Out the bowl tonight.
Look at this, Hockey Night in Canada.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans, United States and Newfoundland.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
You want action? We've got action for you here tonight.
Oh, did you see that?
What a performance. Doesn't get any better than this.
What a play! What a goal! He's got a stick. He's in. Scores!
There's a chance for Crosby. He scores! Absolutely amazing. Welcome to Hockey Night in Canada, presented by Rogers. I wondered how many of those young NHL players knew Gerry and the Pacemakers from 1965, covering Little Richard's Rip It Up. Great start. You know, it's been an amazing couple of weeks for the game. Circle the date games everywhere. Marner last night in Toronto, Taves in Chicago, Skinner and Kulak in Edmonton. Paul Maurice was back in Winnipeg and finally won there. And his daughter Sydney, he got to go to her game at St. Mary's Academy. Banner nights for Fedorov and Chara. 1,000th games like the one for Roman Josi. All these circle the date nights that make it so that you cannot wait. Look at that. Taves is facing Kane tonight in Winnipeg, and that really sets the scene for what we're about to experience this evening from Boston, from the nation's capital, and from the bullseye of the nation. And then later tonight, OV and McDavid for only the second time ever on Hockey Night in Canada. So circle the date. These are all examples of that. And you know, with Jennifer, Kelly, and Kevin, we're now within 2 weeks of the Olympic Winter Games in Milano Cortina, and the shape of things to come, the best way to frame that is to change that circle into a square. What does that mean? Well, this is what happens to a country when you win the Olympic gold medal. This is 1998, I'm sure you remember. Wenceslas Square in Prague, Czechia. Dominik Hasek and the Czechs, 30 years after the Soviet invasion, captured the gold medal by beating, ironically, Russia 1-0, brought the country to Wenceslas. 2006, Torino, Sweden. We were there, Kelly, when they beat Finland in the gold medal game. Medborgarplatsen is the name of the Citizen Square in Stockholm, Sweden. Crazy gatherings to celebrate the gold medal triumph in that one. And 4 years after that, 2010, all across Canada, the scene was the same. People pouring into the streets. Sid's golden goal. Notably, this is just a couple of blocks from our studio here. Dundas Square, downtown Toronto, filled to overflowing. Just all I can say is be there or be square when it comes to the Winter Olympic Games. And it was the four nations whetted our appetite. The two host cities, Montreal, Boston, together in Beantown. Sean McKenzie, down to you to set the scene.
Perfect.
Beat that, Sean.
I'll try. It is hard to beat the Bruins and the Habs on a Saturday night, especially considering the fact that the last time these two teams met, in fact, both times these two teams met this season, there was a fight off the opening face-off. But it was here in late December that the Montreal Canadiens proved that they weren't going to be intimidated by the big, bad Bruins. Since then, the Bruins have been red hot and haven't looked much like a rebuilding team. In fact, when you Google Bruins rebuild, you get 3 articles back-to-back that tell a bit of a story. March 12th. 5 questions Bruins must answer before the painful rebuild begins. 5 months later, that rebuild became a retool. And just 5 days ago, asking the question, are they going to be buyers at the deadline? It's complicated. Yes, it is a little bit complicated, but one thing is simple. When these two teams meet, we are in for a treat as we send it to Kyle Bukauskas.
Yeah, Sean, the big news here this morning, well, Jacques Martin for one, but Mike Yeo, the new voice behind the Senators' penalty kill, taking over from Nolan Baumgartner. It has been a sore spot here in Ottawa this year. We heard from the voices of the two longest tenured players today. Their season seemingly at a crossroads. Brady Tkachuk saying we have to continue to trust each other. The most prominent voice of the Hurricanes, that of course is Rod Brind'Amour, in the good times and the bad. And it has been good lately. 7 wins in their last 10. They continue to shout from atop the Metro Division. Sean Reynolds to you in Winnipeg.
Kyle, maybe a bit of a deep freeze here in Winnipeg. Going to minus 37 tonight, but the Winnipeg Jets have been heating up as of late, taking 12 of their last possible 16 points, trying to elbow their way back into the playoff picture. That won't be easy, though. At their lowest, they were 11 points back of the playoff line. After all this, winning all these points, they still remain 8 points back. Their head coach says, forget about the out-of-town scoreboard. Just keep winning. Won't be easy to do against a Detroit Red Wings team that has taken 8 points in 8 of their last 9 games. Back to you, Ryan.
Sean, thank you. Jennifer.
Okay, for the Jets, only 6 games before that Olympic break. This is 1 home game, then a 4-game road trip. They want to give their fans something to cheer about. Also, keep an eye on Josh Morrissey. He's only 1 point back from tying the all-time lead for defensemen in points for the franchise.
For the Sens, James Reimer, for him, just be steady, right? Don't give up any softies. Make the save that you need to, and hopefully get the team on a bit of a run.
Sean McKenzie, he didn't beat you, Ron, but he did a good job talking about the fights between the Bruins and the Canadiens the last 2 matchups, but more importantly, the fight for the playoffs. Both these teams are in a wild card spot. The NHL is in a better place when the Bruins and the Canadiens are pushing for playoff spots.
Yeah. Can't be beat when these two teams meet. I think that was the poem Sean ended it with. Fantastic. So time to rip it up. That's next on Hockey Night in Canada. We visit Boston, Ottawa, and Winnipeg. Keep your head up.
We're gonna ball it up. We're gonna rip it up. Have a ball tonight.
Maybe I could. Yeah, I'll just ask. Wondering about Ozempic? Ask your doctor and visit ozempic.ca for savings.
The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid.
If your New Year's resolution includes saving money, then you don't want to miss the final weekend of the store-wide inventory clearance at the Brick. Get up to 70% off clearance items in store. Save $800 in this modern sofa. It's just $699. This My Deal Laundry team is only $999. Plus, buy more, save more on bedroom and dining furniture. Get up to 25% off. Finally, a resolution you can keep. The Brick, saving you more.
Amazing.
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 Well, they spelled this wrong.
Well, I think that's the point. Right?
Someone should tell them. Excuse me? There's too many M's on that. It's spelled.
Amazing Days is on now at your local Metro. Save big in-store and online at metro.ca. Metro. More freshness, more savings.
Chocolate and pistachio go perfectly together now. You know, try it at Tim's.
Lucas wanted a hotel with an ocean view. Then he found a vacation rental with an ocean front yard. Easily find your stay. Expedia. Book now.
Hey.
Hey. How long has she been wearing that?
About 4 hours.
Huh.
At least she's not wearing the mouth guard again.
True.
everything you need to keep your family cheering all season long. So be it. Sobeys, official grocer of the NHL.
Skates.
I told her.
No, he didn't.
This period brought to you by Scotiabank. Learn how to earn up to $700 at scotiabank.com/special offer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Boston for an Original Six matchup with some very important points on the line. No love lost between these two teams fighting for a playoff spot. We get you set for another chapter in one of hockey's best rivalries. Puck drop coming up in just a few moments, but first, the national anthems. Enjoy.
Fans, if you're able, would you please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthems? Accompanied by Bruins organist Ron Poster, please welcome Todd Angeli.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
While an Arctic air blast hits most of the land, nothing is better to heat things up than an Atlantic Division rivalry game as the Boston Bruins host the Montreal Canadiens in the 767th matchup between these original six teams on a Saturday night tonight. Starting goaltenders for this game, Samuel Montembeault will get the call, 3-7-1 in his career against Boston. Meanwhile, Jeremy Swayman is 10-2-1 against the Canadiens in his career. That's the most wins against any opponent for him. Cole Caulfield has a shooting percentage of almost 36% during his four-game goal streak. He has scored in each of his last 5 meetings against the Bruins. David Pastrnak has been on a tear with points in 5 straight, and he loves playing Montreal with 18 points during a 12-game point streak against the Canadiens. Bundle up and settle in for some fun. It's a Saturday night with the Bruins and Canadiens on Hockey Night in Canada. Sparks flew early between these two teams in the last meetings. Let's see how this one starts as Bostin wears their whites at home tonight with the Canadiens in their reds, and already a little bump in the opening few seconds.
You know, it was funny because both these teams got 6 games left before they hit the Olympic break, and every team wants to go into the Olympic break feeling really good about themselves. So there's going to be a push to really play your best hockey. This comes to an end. Sturm talked about those 2 games. He didn't think his team handled it very well, especially the last game in December, right around Christmas. They got kind of thumped. The game was really good, tight, and then all of a sudden Montreal blew it open. He thought they were just a little too undisciplined in that game, and it really hurt them.
Just 3 points separate the two teams coming into tonight. Mason Lorod kept it in at the line. Morgan Geekie will send it across. That one cut away from Hampus Lindholm and all the way back to the Bruins zone. Lindholm is on it. He'll get it up to Geekie. Cross ice. It's brought in by Steve. Drops it for Geekie. His shot's deflected off the stick of Deneau and out of play.